Hello everyone, this is Daniel from fitnessblender.com, and today I'm going to take you through a quick but fun combination workout. This one has a little bit of everything. So we have 4 different groups to go through. Each group is going to have a cardio exercise, a strength exercise, and a core exercise. Each one we're going to be doing twice through, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off before we move to the next exercise. Now you don't need anything for this routine whatsoever other than an optional set of dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells or don't want to use dumbbells, then those strength exercises can be done with just body weight and you can still get a great workout. Now I've got your warm-up and cool down included, so let's go ahead and get started with that warm-up. All right, we've got 8 exercises to go through for our warm-up, 30 seconds apiece, starting off with a side step arm cross. Take a nice deep breath in, get those feet kind of going left to right, and then nice and slow, cross those arms over top. Just make sure you've got a different arm on top each time. Start working into that range of motion. That's kind of the point of these warm-ups, is to get that blood flowing, get that heart rate up, but also to start increasing that range of motion through those joints we're going to be working today. Just keep those lungs open. We're moving to a side lunge and overhead reach next. We'll be alternating every single repetition. So get those feet out really nice and wide. You're going to lunge off and reach to the opposite side you are lunging. Just alternate back and forth. Try to get a really good stretch every single time. Nice deep lunge, getting a little bit deeper every single repetition. Just go as low as is comfortable for you. Again, you're trying to push to that little bit of a stretch point, but not past. You've got high knees and a torso twist coming up next. So, knees slightly bent, twist, bring your opposite knee to elbow. Same thing to the other side. So you've got an extra twist every time you do this, so you're always coming up on the opposite side you did last time. Got toe touch sweeps coming next. So feet are nice and wide apart. You can go down one side, sweep across the other foot, up and stretch it back a little bit, then reverse it. Again, just kind of start pushing into that range of motion a little bit. Try to get a little bit deeper stretch down onto those legs, a little bit more of a backward lean. Got squatting push-pull coming up next. So, going to squat down, press out, act like there's a bar in front of you, pull it back. Same thing, down, press out, stand up, pull it back. Squat down, press out. Stand up, pull it back. Really work against yourself as you're doing this. It's not just about the motion, it's about warming up those muscles as well. So even though we're not using any weight, you always want to practice good form on that squat. All right, we're going into a boxer shuffle. Just kind of slowly moving back and forth between ankles, or if you want to go ahead and get a little bit of a hop in it, that's fine too. Just kind of warm up that ankle complex. Arch that foot and those toes. We'll be doing walk downs next. So step off to one side, bend down like you're trying to touch those toes and walk out with those hands to a full plank, and then right back up again. If you want to throw a push-up in there, that's fine. We've got some push-ups coming in later, so don't wear yourself out. And if you can't quite get down to the ground without bending those knees, that's fine. Just bend those knees only as much as you need to get those hands on the ground. And then start up. Try to get one more in here. We're doing an up and out jack next. So go ahead and jump through to that up and out jack. Up. So a regular jumping jack and a ventral jack. So the up and out. If you don't want that bounce in there, that's fine. Just do a step off to the side. Otherwise, just traditional jumping jacks. And let that relax. All right, if you're using weights, go ahead and grab your weights. We'll be right back to start into our cardio exercise first. I'll see you in just a second. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get ready here. We're going to be moving through these pretty quickly. You only have a 10-second break in between each one of these exercises. So if you're going to be using weights for your strength exercises, make sure you have those set up ahead of time before you start into this. I already have my weights selected for my first exercise, first strength exercise, which is going to be the squats. Before we get to those, we're starting off with a cardio exercise, which is lateral jumps. So let me get my timer started here. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Remember, twice through before we move to the next exercise. So get yourself a nice wide space, or as wide as you have at your house. I'm just going to jump to the left, jump to the right, just back and forth. The goal is to kind of get to the point where you're jumping your own height, left to right. You're staying nice and low. You're not jumping over. You're staying low and jumping left to right. All right, let it relax. We're going to do that one more time. Then we're going to do our strength set. So, nice deep breath. Try to recover. Right back into those lateral jumps. Again, stay nice and low. Getting as wide of a jump as you can. Almost done. Let it relax. Grab those weights. We're going straight into squats. So I'm going to be using 28 pounds per hand here. Rock them up with those shoulders if you want, or hang them by your sides. Nice slow squat down, right back up. Keep that weight evenly dispersed between toe and heel. We want a nice even squat here. Make sure the angle of your chest and the angle of your shins is as close to the same as you can. Quick break. Right back into it again. Told you, these are going to be moving fast. This is our last strength exercise. We're going to our core exercise next, which is going to be a toe touch crunch. It's going to be down on the ground. If you don't have a soft surface to lay on, you might want to grab a mat if you have one. All right. I'm just going to be laying on the ground here. Get ready with those feet straight up in the air. Crunch up towards those toes. If you want to, you can do a cross crunch. Otherwise, just a traditional toe touch crunch. Trying to let those abs release on the bottom. You're keeping them contracted all the way through. All right, let it relax for just a second. We're gonna do that again, and then we're gonna start into our second group. Starting off with mountain climbers. Feet back up, crunch up towards those toes. Remember, if you want to, you can always do that cross crunch. Get a little more oblique work in there. All right, stand up. Get ready, we're going to be doing mountain climbers, so we're going to be in a plank position to start off. Moving quick here. Those toes pull up underneath you. You can do a real quick movement like I'm doing here, or you can slow it down if you're starting to feel a little too tired. Try to keep it going as fast as you can. All right, let it relax. We got one more of those, and then we're going to switch to our strength exercise. Start them up. All right, push-ups are our strength exercise. If you want to do a chest press, by all means do that. I'm just going to be using body weight. So traditional push-up, as low as you can go. Right up, you need to do these off your knees, off your toes. You can do a close push-up or wide push-up. staggered hand push-up, whichever you prefer. All right, one more round of those. And start them up. All right, laying flat on your stomach. For this next one, doing a back bow star. So flat down. You're gonna bow up, arms and legs, star out, back down. Don't touch. Try to keep it hovering. Try to get those arms and legs as wide apart from one another as you can. All right, one more. Let it relax. This is our last one, then we get a water break. So push through it as hard as you can. Up, star out, and down. Up, star, and down. Remember trying to let those toes or hands touch. If you need to, that's perfectly fine to relax in between each rep. But the harder version is keeping them hovering. All right, that is it for our first two groups. Grab a drink of water. We'll be back to start into our second two here in just a second. All right, everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm actually already getting pretty sweaty even from that first group, our first two groups. We have our second and last two groups to go through. Group 3 and Group 4, same exact setup, cardio, strength, and core. So take a look ahead and see what you want to pick your weights for those two strength exercises if you're going to be using weights. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. We're starting off with jumping lunges for this first one. You're going to get you nice and tired right off the bat. So start out in the lunge position, down, and switch those feet in the air as you come up. Just take your time. Almost done. All right, let it relax for a second. Do that same thing second time through. Try to get as much range of motion as you can. Get a nice high jump every single time. Starting down that lunge again. Switching those feet in the middle. If you want to take the jump out of it, feel free to just do an alternating lunge. But if you can, get that hop going. You can even hop to the center before you hop to the opposite side if you want to. Whew. All right, we're doing a weighted lunge. I'm using 28 pounds per hand, actually 32 pounds per hand here. So step out in that lunge, down, back up, alternating every single time. So if you're using body weight for your lunge for that cardio section, you're just going to keep doing that body weight lunge. Whew, let it relax for just a second. Start it back up again here. And begin. Get that knee as low to the ground as you can. All right, we're doing a side hip raise next, so down on your left side, either on those knees or those toes. You're going to lift those hips up off the ground, let it droop, but don't touch. Right back up again. Keep those shoulders stacked on top of each other so you're not leaning forward or back. Let it relax. Got one more of those before we start into our last group. All right, starting again. Like I said, you can always drop down to those knees if you want to make it a little easier, but try to stay the hardest version you can. There's actually, if you want to make it harder, go to a full extension on that arm. All right, star jumps are our last cardio exercise. Save the best for last, right? Start with those feet together, down, up and out. My legs are nice and tired from those lunges and those squats from the section before, so they are getting tired here. Push through as best you can. All right, let it relax. One more set of those star jumps. Deep breath. Try to recover. Start again. Just go to that happy place. Keep pushing through. Take a break if you need to, but try to keep those jumps nice and clean. Whew. All right, clean and press is next. I'm gonna drop my weight a little bit here. All right, so weights in front, or sorry, by your sides. You're gonna squat, pop them up to your shoulders, pop again over your shoulder. Pop them to that shoulder, pop again overhead. All right, let it relax. One more of these. Just so you can kind of get an idea of where I'm at. I'm using 24 pounds per hand here. All that momentum should be coming from those legs. Let it relax. All right, last core exercise. Last exercise total until we hit our cool down is that hip raise. Make sure you match the difficulty on the left that you did on the right. Or sorry, on the right that you did on the left. I'm doing the right side this time. Let it relax, just one more round. Start them up. Remember, don't let that hip actually completely rest on the ground. You are just letting it hover. Whew. All right, take a break, grab a drink of water. We'll be right back real quick to do our cool down and stretch. See you in just a second. All right, everyone, all we have left is our cool down and stretch. We're doing each one of these for 30 seconds apiece. Starting off with a arm cross stretch. That left arm first, so feet just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Bring that left arm across, grab that elbow, pull across. Just a nice full deep breath so you can recover from what we just did. Just breathe normally. Same thing on the other side. Grab that elbow, pull across. Again, keeping those lungs open. You're trying to pull that arm up against that collarbone as best you can without pulling up into your neck. You're trying to keep it right across that collarbone. If you want to get a little extra pull, get across that rhomboid, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, just try to stretch out that shoulder. All right, quad stretches next. If you need balance, lean up against something. Otherwise, try to do this with just your own balance. Pull that heel to your butt and stretch that knee back behind you. Keep that upper body nice, straight up and down. No leaning forward. Should feel this in the front of your hip a little bit, but primarily in the front of that thigh. Same thing on the other side. Pull that heel to butt. Staying nice and straight and tall. Pull that knee back to get into that quadricep and hip. And just hold it. Slowly pushing into that stretch a little bit more as you feel like you're limbering up. All right, we're doing a toe touch next. So feet just about shoulder width apart. You can go straight down, start with a flat back. Hold it there for just a second. And round that back, stretch down to those toes the rest of the way. If you can't touch those toes, that's fine. Just get down as far as you can. Just make sure those legs are nice and straight. It's as far as you can go with those legs straight. Doing a wall chest stretch next, so palm against a wall or door frame, fingers facing back behind you. Open that chest up, away from that hand. Walk back on that arm a little bit more if you want to get a little more stretch to your forearm and palm. But primarily you're looking for that stretch in your chest. If you're feeling it in your bicep, rotate your arm so the inside of your elbow is facing up. Unless you want to feel it in your bicep, in which case, keep that elbow facing forward. All right, same thing on the other side. Fingers facing back behind you, open up that chest. Walk back on that hand for a little extra stretch to that forearm and palm. All right. Just keep those lungs open, hold it right there. Again, just kind of constantly pushing into that stretch a little more as you feel it limber up. And let it relax. Our last one is going to be an alternating side bend. We're just going to stretch across, lean across one way, and then same thing off the other side. Back again. And back. Try to get one more in on each side. And let it relax. All right, that was our last cool down exercise, which means this workout is complete. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're nice and sweaty like I am. Maybe your legs are feeling a little jello-y. Maybe your arms are feeling a little jello-y. Either way, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.